Good morning. Hello, you guys. It's Melissa Miller with Miller's Rustic Sawmill here in King City, Missouri. And I am joining you live here. I'm a brand ambassador for Essential Stencil. My husband and I have a sawmill business here in King City, Missouri. You can follow our page at Miller's Rustic Sawmill. And I am here every Tuesday on Essential Stencil doing a project, showing you tips, giving you inspiration, hanging out with you for about an hour, usually about an hour and a half. Sometimes I go over my time. And I just want to welcome you here to the Essential Stencil page. If you are new here, you are going to love it. You are going to find so much help here, so much inspiration, so many tips every single day, and hands down the best stencils online or anywhere that I know of. So I want to welcome you, tell you how lucky you are to be on this page, and just I want you all to say hi. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Jackie. Hello, Deb. Hi, Dawn. I see a lot of you joining. If you'll hit the share button and share this with friends, that would be awesome too. I would love that. If this is your first time, we want to know that you're new here so we can all welcome you. There are many regulars on every week, and we also get new people on every single week, every single day. So if you're new here, we want to get to know you. So let us know where you're watching from this morning. Say hi and tell us if you're new. If you've never watched any of the Essential Stencil videos, or if you've never seen me live, I want to know that too. So I put the title of my header is Merry Christmas from Heaven. If any of you have watched me for quite some time, or if you know me on our page or any of my other projects, I've inherited a family trait of gifting things that are very near and dear to the heart, very close to family, very keepsake kind of things that are very special, and I like to share that with you guys. So whenever I got some of the new stencils in, my mind just always goes there. I try to think of ways to repurpose, reuse, and keep those things that maybe we sometimes don't know what to do with, or we sometimes don't know what to do for other people or our family, and especially whenever you're experiencing loss. The holidays are a very, very hard thing to know how to navigate with your friends or family or loved ones. And those things are they just been laid on my heart to share with people around me. And I guess I would call that a gift, because God just keeps giving me these ideas, and I just want to share them with you guys. So that is something that is very, very special. And I thought I would bring that here to the page today because I got these angel stencils. So if you have seen any of the new stencils, or if you haven't, hang on, I dropped something. Sorry. One of the newer sets is this angel pack, and it's a 3-pack right here. So, hello, you guys. Good morning. I see lots of new faces on here and lots of new names. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to be using this. Whenever I first saw this, of course, I just loved it because it has the angel on it, and it has peace on earth, and oh, hear the angel voices, like, I don't know if I'm backwards to you guys. Okay. So this is the 3-pack, and these are a 12 by 12 stencil, and they are larger stencil sets. So these are really good size for a lot of sign making and bigger projects too. If you're wanting to do something a little bit bigger, you could incorporate this into a porch board as well. This angel stencil alone, peace on earth. Any of these are great for porch signs too. So this set, the thing that stuck out to me, usually whenever I pick out stencils or I get new stencils, I kind of look through them and I look at all of the parts separately. I kind of eyeball them and decide, I try to look at all of the pieces that can be combined with all of my other stencils, because whenever you start looking at them as not just the sets are amazing, but whenever you start looking at all of the parts that come with your stencil sets, you feel like, if you're like me, sometimes you decide, maybe I can use this part of it for something really cool, or I can take this part and I can mix it with another set. So it's just kind of neat to do that. And so I have pulled out of this set, the one that I'm gonna use is, here, the angel voices. So I'm gonna be using this. I'm not using the whole thing. I'm just using this little angel and the wings and the halo head. I like this so much, and I think it's just very sweet. It's a good size for what I'm gonna show you today. And what I wanna share with you is that the project I'm working on, most things of my projects are mostly reversible. So what I'm doing today is, on the back side, I have a video on our page that shows how to do this side that's already completed. So if you follow us at Miller's Rustic Sawmill, you can watch this video over there on our page as well, and you can learn and see how I did it. And you can use the project that I did on this side. It's just a cute little fabric tree. You can certainly, so if this is gonna be a Merry Christmas from Heaven project, you can use loved ones fabrics, which I know might be really hard. I know sometimes people have a really hard time reusing their loved ones' items. But I always try to encourage my friends, my family, anyone that I know to, if you've got shirts, if you've got towels, if you've got fabric of your loved ones that was maybe part of their daily life, something, maybe a flannel jacket that they wore all the time, maybe sheets, pajamas, anything that maybe you have hung on to, or you know of somebody hanging on to, maybe a special blanket, maybe a baby blanket, maybe a kid blanket. It's not easy to talk about that stuff. And I know it's not. And I know it's not easy to cut up fabric or cut up things that are special. But I always think that it's a great way to honor somebody, is to have something out of theirs that is very special, rather than tucked away in a box or tucked away in a tote or in a closet where it's not seen and it's not used and it's not really thought of. So in my mind, I try to think of ways to pull those things out, maybe bring them to life, give them a little bit of life in our homes, where we can remember them and see them every day in a way that is just really special. So this is a project I did, and you can find this on our page at Miller's Rustic Sawmill. And you can use loved ones fabric to make this project. You can use a button off of the shirt. It's just very, very genuine and heartfelt and personal. So maybe as I'm doing this video, think about that today. Think about, maybe what you could do for somebody this Christmas that, is experiencing grief and loss. We all do. There's not any of us that don't. So, maybe find a way to use it in your gifting. And so the back side is what I'm going to be using today. And instead of maybe using it up and down, I'm not quite sure. I think I'm going to, maybe use it this way, because this little piece can also sit like this. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do with the angel, I'm just going to put a simple little angel on here. And I'm going to use those angel wings. I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to put Merry Christmas on there. And then in my handwriting, I'm going to just write from heaven. So I will show you how to do this. We're going to get started. And I'm going to look at this and decide which way I want it to go. I may just go ahead and do it the same way, so it can just be flipped around. Or if somebody wants to, they can flip it around either way. So let me flip my camera down. I'm gonna hopefully be able to still see comments. Hi, you guys. Hi, Christina. Hello. Let's roll this down just a little bit. I'm gonna turn this. Sorry, guys. I'm working on finding something else for my camera because this thing is I'm about done with it. So, okay. I'm glad you guys are here for this. It's not ever an easy project to do whenever you're using your loved one's things, and I realize this. So God just kind of gives me the ability to talk about it and share these things with you. And if they're not the right time right now, maybe down the road that it will be. So maybe it's something that will stick in your mind, and maybe sometime down the road you'll be ready for what I would call like a personal project for a loved one. So I'm actually going to make this go the same way. And you guys, I'm just using the wings. This is a little bit rolly on me. So I'm going to tape this down right over the parts that I don't want to show because I've got a little bit of a gap there. So we're gonna get that taped down, and I'm gonna just kind of center it where I think I want it. I'm just using a raw board from our sawmill, you guys. It's not got any finish on it. I'm gonna lay something under here so that it's not moving on me. So let me find something that I can kind of secure it with. There we go. Okay. So now I've got it taped down. And so for those of you who are new, I think you guys can see this okay. In your stencils comes this cute little, this is a tip for those of you that don't know this. You get all of these little packaging cardstock things. So hang on to them. Hang on to them because you can reuse them whenever you don't want to tape off. So I'm gonna just lay this over the bottom part that I don't want to stencil. And I'm gonna do this angel in a white. Oh, I don't even have a plate out here, you guys. That's not good, is it? Goodness, I was so not prepared today. I was running around like crazy. Let me grab a plate. Sit tight. Okay, so we're gonna use one of my practice Halloween plates. You're gonna see my little stencil on here. So I'm gonna grab a plate. Oh, this stencil is gorgeous. So, like I said, whenever I get stencils, there are always certain parts that kind of strike me for projects, and my mind just goes there. So I'm gonna grab my 3/4 inch brush right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just use this white, and I'm gonna lay down a layer of white, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do just to make this kind of special, a little bit more special maybe. You could use glitter for your angel. I think I'm gonna put some glitter on this. You could make it subtle. And on my dry wood, I might have to do a couple of layers. I'm just getting a little bit of paint on here, you guys. I don't have much paint out at all, and then I'm offloading off to the side so that I don't have a very wet brush. You just want to make sure that your brush is very dry. Whenever you're stenciling, the drier your brush is, the more control you're going to have over the bleeding. So let me find my other color. Let me grab my gold that I want to use. There it is. And it's actually just this folk art glitterific is what I'm using. It's a very big kind of gold, and I'm gonna brush some of this over it. And let me see here. I'm gonna leave my stencil on, and I will want to clean my stencil after I do this. You could always brush it on after you get done, but I'm gonna have to get a little bit of this out. I probably should have just used my brush. So I'm gonna just get some glitter on my brush here, and I'm just gonna go right over it. And then I'll Mod Podge this just so it stays on. So I think it will dry just fine, but I'm gonna just add a little bit of glitter to this. And I could do actually the whole board, and I think it might be pretty. So I'm gonna look at this whenever I get done and see if I just wanna do the angel wings or if I wanna do the board. Because the board might need some, just to make it a little bit fancier. We'll see. You could certainly use, this Glitterific has some glue in it, so it should be just fine, but I like to make sure that it's not gonna come off with a little bit of Mod Podge here and there. So these are just big chunks of glitter that I'm adding on here. And yes, you guys, Essential Stencil is knocking it out of the park with sales. Today they've got a New Year's set, and it's a bundle. They have limited quantities, I know that. So if you are wanting some New Year's stencils, you are going to want to go grab them. They only have so many available. And I have the link for shopping up in my header of the video. You guys can check that out whenever we get done here if you want today. Okay, so let's pull that off and let's just see. So that's kind of hard to see for me. So it's not very easy to see. It's very subtle. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that dry. Gonna let it dry. And then I think I'm gonna outline it maybe with my brush and kind of do a little bit of shadowing. On the wood, it's just kind of hard to show up. It's still very, very pretty. You can see my glitter kind of blends into the wood. I didn't want it to be anything really loud. I just kind of wanted it to be simple and soft. And so from here, I'm going to take, I got this little tag set here. And again, I'm just pulling the Merry Christmas off of here because it's a good size. And you can see that. Ah, good job, Sherry, thank you. Yes, you guys can use my code on that. I'm gonna let that dry, but I'm gonna add the Merry Christmas right below it. And I'm just gonna do it, I'm gonna keep that in a white too, just so it's nice and soft. And I just like the idea of this side being very, not drawing a whole bunch of attention to it. I think it doesn't have to have that. And if the other side is special with your loved one's fabric, this just kind of gifts it to them in a way that they know what it's from, and it might remind them every year. So I'm just gonna go over my Merry Christmas with white. You could choose any colors that you want to. And you could do a dark board with a white, with the white angel wings would be really pretty too. So I'm just going over that lightly, and we're gonna have a light Merry Christmas there. And so I'm gonna leave that there like that. That really popped. I don't really care for my angel wings that much, so I think I'm gonna actually go over it after I let that dry. So I'm gonna let that set, and I can dry it, but I think I'm gonna wait on that. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do another one. So I'm gonna show you another idea. So there's a very simple idea on the wood, right? So there's one idea for it. And there's the other side. You can find this on our Miller's Rustic Sawmill page. I've done a video showing how to do this. And so this is where I would probably take and I would sign the part of it. There's my mom. Hi, Mom. And it would say Merry Christmas, and I would just take my hand. I've already practiced down here, so you want to practice your writing on some paper. And I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm just gonna write from, and I'm just gonna write heaven. Just in my handwriting, which makes it very special too. And then I did a little heart. Nothing fancy. So simple. Okay. So there's one way you can do this on the back. Now let me show you another, because I think I'm gonna go right over that. So if you have a loved one's shirt, you can cut out the same fabric that you make their tree out of. So if you do this project here and you make a fabric tree out of your loved one's fabric, you can take the same fabric instead of going to a different one, and you can cut out this cute little square right here. This is just a denim shirt, right? So you can take this, you can do the same stencil, and we're gonna do it. Let me wipe off my stencil. Get that glitter off. I don't have any cleaner on it right now. I'm just kind of using a little bit of power on my hands to get it cleaned off and get that glitter out of there, because that glitter glue will dry on your stencils, and it did, so you kind of got to pull it out of there. Okay, so this is the same stencil, you guys, same stencil. And now I have a piece of fabric from a shirt, and I've just cut it into a rectangle to fit that board that I just showed you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right over this, and I'm gonna glue this down onto my board. And yes, I'm gonna go right over what I just did, so I can show you guys. I'm just doing a little bit of glue in the corners. Gonna position it where I want it. And this will even make this more special. So think about that whenever you're planning out your project, you guys. You can even do it underneath, you can do it on something. So I've got this little fabric, and I have seen so many of these little fabric signs this year. They are pretty popular. So I think it's a good one to show anyway, because you could do it with any of your stencils. So I'm just gonna run some hot glue on here, and we're gonna get this glued down. So now I have my blank piece of fabric. This is just a cut up shirt, you guys. Cut up shirt right here. So I'm gonna lay my angel wings right back down. I'm gonna fit them on that denim, and I'm gonna do them in white, and they're gonna show up better. So I'm redoing this to show you number two, a type of project that you can still use your fabric for. I'm just using my same brush, same acrylic paint on that fabric. Does not have to be fabric paint, you guys. I'm gonna secure this so it's not moving on me. And then I'm gonna just go in here and I'm gonna stencil my fabric. Some fabrics stencil better than others, so you just want to make sure that it's tight and secure and not moving on you. So that's why I went ahead and glued it down first. And I'm just wiping in towards the center of my stencil on this, because that denim is really sucking up the paint. And the beauty of this is if you're using fabric, you might have enough to do several projects for your family. And if you're stuck at home and you're not doing much shopping, what better way to save some money as well and get such a personal gift that you're never gonna be able to recreate in a store. So that is one of my favorite things about it. I love the handmade things, but I especially love the ones that are so meaningful that somebody might not ever make for themselves. And of course, you're probably gonna make somebody cry if you gift this to them, but that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It will be a very special thing. Okay, so now I've got my angel wings on that. And look how cute that looks on the denim. Super cute. It could be any kind of fabric, you guys. It could be any kind of thing that you're willing to cut up to make it fit, right? So I know it's not always easy to cut things up, but it's, I think in my mind, sometimes better then especially if you have a lot of it, you know, a lot of people make the fabric pillows, and my mom made us bears out of my grandma's fabric. So in my mind, it's better than it being packed away or, you know, in a basement in storage where nobody knows really whose is what or what to do with it. Those are hard things to know what to do with and how to deal with whenever it happens. Or it's also very hard to know what to give somebody, because a lot of times we're looking for just the right thing to give them, and we don't know what that is because it's hard. So something personal that maybe they can't do for themselves might be a good option for some of you. So I'm just working this into the fabric, and I'm using all white. You guys, I haven't even used any other colors today stenciling, all white. And this is just acrylic. So I used a little mini tag. And so there I have the back. And so I could still write on here with just a Sharpie. You can get Sharpies in multiple colors. This is a fine point Sharpie. So you don't have to have hand lettering markers. This is a Sharpie. And you could just write Merry Christmas from, I didn't glue this down solid, so I'm gonna have to kind of hold on to it, from heaven. And I just hand lettered it. Maybe you have someone in your household that got pretty handwriting. How sweet is that? So simple. And I'm not gonna go, you know, so far to say that if you are a seller and you had this sitting in your shop, you know, somebody might buy it. You know, people are looking for things like this all the time that are not necessarily, you know, I don't know, like flashy or really bold. They're just very subtle. So if you are a seller, then you guess what you can do. You can also take, not done yet, you can take the little buttons off of the shirt and you can glue them into the corners of your project. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add these little buttons. I'm gonna try to do it without burning myself with the hot glue gun, you guys. I'm gonna glue that guy. Get the threads out. So you can absolutely reuse the buttons just to dress it up. If you've watched very much of my projects, you guys have seen me do overalls. Maybe you have some of your grandpa's overalls, or you know, a special outfit. You can even pull from pajamas, shirts, anything that you could use to get the size that you need. So I'm just adding the buttons on the back of this cute little tree project. Don't burn yourself with the hot glue, especially if it's a high temp one. I'm just putting those in the corner. I'll show you what it looks like. Yes, you could add their name. You guys, the possibilities are pretty endless. And if you had, let's see, grandma's jewelry, you could use some jewelry pieces to dress it up on the corners. Maybe, you know, a box of the costume jewelry would look really cute for something of grandma's. But look. Isn't that sweet? Don't discount your fabric. Don't discount what you have. Yes, the brads would also be cute. So those are just buttons. So you look at your fabric, look at what you're using, and see maybe what you have from a loved one or from whatever, whoever, friends or whatever. And it is so simple, and I know you guys can do this. So I thought that would be a good one. And then on my page, you guys, this is the other side of it, that I have the video over on Miller's Rustic Sawmill, and you can see how to make this and get inspiration for this as well. And then, so you could just leave it as a little shelf sitter for somebody, and it could sit up like that, and they would know what it was made out of, because you would tell them, and you could write a sweet little note for it. And there it is. Super simple, super simple, you guys. Any kind of fabric. You just want to make sure, you know, that you have that fabric pulled tight. I should have probably glued this down, maybe more solid. But it worked, and the acrylic paint works just fine on there. It's not going to go anywhere. You can, if you're worried about it, take your hair dryer and heat set it with your hair dryer. It's going to be just fine. And yes, on an easel. My mom is always telling me to tell you guys, you could set this on a little easel stand and it would look so cute, and it'd be an easy way to display it. An easel, like a little stand-up easel, would be so cute. Thank you, Mom. Okay. So, one project down, you guys. Let's move on, because what did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. I had done this maybe a couple weeks ago. I don't even remember whenever I did this. And I've seen that baby Jesus be done several times. So on the back, I have this empty block waiting for something cool. So for something fun today, I wanted to show you guys, let me find it, this cool little camper. I'm gonna throw this little camper on here, and I'm gonna put a Christmas tree on it. So I'm gonna do a little camping Christmas scene with just this little camper. I don't know what else I might put in the back, but I'm gonna move it down to the bottom kind of the block so I can make sure I've got room for a tree. And I'm gonna make this a little camping block for Christmas with a tree on it, and we're gonna see if it works. I had this idea, and you guys know, I haven't tried it. I haven't even used this stencil, I don't think yet, but this is the camping set. And if you have any camping friends or camping family, this is what I've got right here. So we don't really think about this again, though, you guys. I'm using the parts. If you look at this, there are evergreen trees on here. There are mountains. Look at the parts of your stencils. So I'm gonna pull this, and let's see. I'm gonna use a little bit of red on this guy, and I'll make my wheel black. So I'm gonna do a little bit of maneuvering. I'm gonna try to keep it simple. I'm gonna hook up my hair dryer, because if you're using multiple colors, you wanna be prepared with multiple brushes. And you also might want to have a hair dryer so you can move along a little bit quicker, you guys. It's just an idea. I haven't done this forever, so I just started recently using my hair dryer, an old hair dryer I found in my cabinet, and I thought, oh, it is very handy to have a hair dryer. So that's an easy tip. Some of you have heat guns and things like that, and you dry maybe your stencils that way. But drying in between layers will definitely help you move along a little bit quicker. Stenciling is a slow process, so you want to take your time. But you want to make sure that, you know, you're just taking your time. And I know sometimes we get in a hurry when we're stenciling because we want to move on and we want to see the finished product. So a hairdryer will help you along a little bit that way. So I'm gonna put a little bit of black out here for my tire. Just gonna squeeze a little bit of paints out right here. Gonna get a little bit of green. So I'll use my Christmas green right here. So I've got basic red, Christmas tree green, Christmas green, and I'm gonna use the Christmas colors. So I might add some white here to part of this too. Not quite sure. We'll see. I did not pre-plan my colors for this, so this is gonna be fun. I'm just kind of looking at it, so I think I'm gonna go with a red top right here, or white top. I think I'm gonna do a white top and a red bottom, maybe right here. Goodness, I don't know. I might actually just make my camper red and add a white top here. So many decisions. I haven't done this one, you guys. So it's kind of hard whenever you're laying out a project to know what you want to do exactly. But I think I'm gonna make my door, I might start with my door white. So I want to hold this over this. I'm gonna lay this here, and then I'm going to throw down a couple pieces of tape so that I can go ahead and just do my door without really worrying about it getting on there. So we'll start there, and then maybe it will come to me. But I think the door will look okay white. I might actually just do the rest of it red. I kind of like the idea of a little red camper. And then I could add white polka dots. So I think that would be cute. Someone said white on the top, red on the bottom. Yeah, the two-tone, I think it would be cute too. So let's try a little bit of white on this door, and let's just see how the white looks on the wood. That's kind of why I'm not quite sure. It looks like it's gonna cover it just fine. Sometimes depending on what you're stenciling on, it's hard to know, especially open wood like what I work on a lot. Sometimes that stuff just soaks in and I don't really get a true white. There, that is not working. It's looking really gray. I think my brush is not washed out very well. So maybe we'll just have kind of a grayish door. I might just have to go with that. I think my brush, I had washed out some brushes earlier, and that's what happens sometimes if you don't get them washed out very well. So I'm gonna go ahead and dry that. I haven't done the camper either, Stephanie. Drying it also allows you to build those layers up if you're having trouble like me with, I'm gonna just kind of spot this on because I don't want to push too much on my brush. So I'm just kind of pouncing it on instead of swirling it because I think I've got another paint color in my brush that's mixing in with my white. You can see I didn't intentionally come out with that really cool color, but I think it's gonna look kind of cool. So it's not a bright white, even though I didn't do it on purpose. So let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this window part white. I'll show you what I'm gonna do. A two-tone would be so cute, but I think I'm gonna make it go red. And remember, so you can always, after you get your projects done, you can always go back over them with a little paintbrush if you are trying to, if you're trying to add detail, or if you wanted to paint over that two-tone and you wanted to, you could use a small brush for that, and you wouldn't have, I don't think, any problem doing that. So let's see here. Do not use duct tape. Those of you who have been watching me know that I'm moving my stuff eventually, and my duct tape is, or my blue tape is still, I think it might actually be at Carson's house. I'm not quite sure now. We've been painting, my son bought a house and we have been painting at his house. So I think it's even over there right now because we're still painting. So I'm just gonna go in the little window, and this is kind of like a muddled whitish gray. Someone asked maybe the size. Thank you for answering, you guys, those of you that know. The angel size that I had, it's the angel's stencils are 12 by 12. The ones I'm using here are 16 by 7. So this is the little camper, and it's a 16 by 7 stencil set. And some of your stencils, you guys, I know, I'll tell you this, like the first time I got one of the truck stencils, I tried to tape everything off. I really think that some of your detailing and your color changes can happen after you lay down a good base. You can come back in with a teeny tiny craft brush and do some painting to change those colors. I'm gonna hit that with a hairdryer. You can add details. The hairdryer for sure, you guys, speeds it up. Definitely speeds up the process of doing your layers and trying to get some of that coverage that you're going for sometimes. Hi, Dana. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here today. Okay, so I'm gonna remove my tape. Again, for any of you new people who have not seen me do this, this is the packaging that comes in your stencils. So hang on to that stuff. It's good for covering up stencils. And like I said, do not use duct tape, preferably. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little bit more tape on this corner here so it doesn't move on me. And I'm gonna do this red, but I don't want to do my tire. So I am gonna kind of cover up my tire maybe as I go. And I'll just use this. Kind of, if you have to cut it, you can always cut it too. So I'm gonna kind of make it a little bit rounded so it might somewhat cover my wheel a little bit better. We'll see if I do a good job. So you can cut your little cardstock to kind of fit where you need it to, and it might help. So I'm gonna use it like that. Gonna grab a brush for my red. And again, I'm gonna offload. I don't want a lot of paint on here. We're gonna make this guy red, but first, I'm gonna hold it up here, and I'll start stenciling up here. And a lot of times what will happen whenever you're mixing your red and white, you'll get some pinkish going on. So you wanna make sure, probably a little bit more than I did, you want your stuff to make sure it's dried, and that you're being a little bit careful with your reds and your whites because you're gonna get pink. I'm sure a lot of you have had that happen with your red and white stenciling. Just want to make sure it's good and dry. I use that cardstock all the time for blocking off what I'm stenciling, and it works really well. So again, I'm gonna go in between there. So I'm gonna lay down my cardstock. And if you're reusing your cardstock, you wanna make sure that it's dry also, that you're not picking paint up off of your cardstock even. So I'm gonna be careful as I go down to that wheel. I'm not super worried about that tire because I'm gonna stencil over it. So if I get a little bit of black on it, it's okay. You can see me maneuvering around with all of my cardstock, but it's very handy. And you certainly could tape all of this off, you guys. So, you know, don't ever think that I'm against using tape. I just don't always take the time to use the tape, but you sure can. Oh, this is gonna be darling. So cute. This little camper is cute. Cute, cute, cute. So maybe you have some camping friends, or maybe some of you are campers, camping community, and this would be so cute for some of your friends or you. Okay, so I got a little bit on my door, and I can touch any of that up after I get done if I want to. I'm not gonna touch it right now because I don't wanna blend it and make it look pink. So I'm not worried about the little flaws. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm gonna go ahead and do my tire, and I'm gonna do it black. If I can find a brush. So there's a brush right there, that will work. I'm gonna have to offload, and I'm gonna cover this up and go around it. I think it's gonna be so cute. Camping family, yay. Well, this is good for you. This would be a cute one. And again, you guys, if you don't get your stuff just right, you can certainly come back to it. Okay, so I've got this cute little camper, just a red and white guy. And so this is like blinds and the window, and you can certainly like outline that, dress it up. I was really trying to figure out what it would be, but I think it's adorable. And so this is the part where I can take a little tiny brush and I can fix my little bit of white right here, kind of come back over it. I can add any details I want to add to this with my little brush. This would be fun to do something on the window. And personalize it maybe with a little letter. Here's another tip. Some of you maybe have seen and maybe you have not. Let me see if I can get this up here where you can see it a little bit better. You can take the bottom part of your brush, the little round part, and you can dip it into your paint, and you can add little polka dots. So that's what I'm gonna do on the very top. And I'm just very simply tapping it down like this. I'm resting my hand. You can see I'm resting my hand here. And then I'm just steadying my hand and I'm just tapping it right on my little camper. And I'm just gonna do random polka dots on here to dress this up. I'm just dipping it into that. And it's a little brush. I'm just gonna add some polka dots to the top part. So easy. You guys can do this. Look at how it's changing it. It's Don't get just stuck on your stencils. As your stencils are gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but all of the things you can do after you pull it up, you can get so creative with it. Kind of use it as your base art piece and then go from there if you want to dress some of these fun ones up. So now I've got this adorable little polka dot top. That's so cute. And then I could take and I could do this little wheel well in like a silver with a Sharpie even, or a gray maybe. It might look really cool to do it in a silver though, because I think that's not gonna really show. So yeah, I would probably want to do my little wheel well, and I could fill that in with silver and dress that up. Thought I had silver in here, but I don't think I do. I do have this pretty green, so maybe we could use a green, and that will dress that up and make it look more Christmassy. Kind of cute. So don't be afraid to use your markers, your permanent markers. You could even, add little embellishments and glue stuff on here. Like these little curtains, I think are gonna look cute if I just simply take, I can find it, I don't know what I did with it, my little black Sharpie, and I just outline them and make them look like curtains, and I just go like this. I don't know if they're curtains, to be honest, but I'm making them curtains. So I can just go like, make little lines in them and make them look like little curtains. I think that looks so cute. And that took me 2 seconds, you guys. I'm not sure what this is over here, but I could outline any of this that I wanted to, and it's gonna just look adorable. So I could go in here and I could outline my little door. And I know you guys are going to take this idea and run with it, which I hope to see you guys post some of these. This is a really cute set. So I could put a little handle, and I can outline this guy and just clean it up a little bit. Makes it come to life. It makes it look a little bit more cute and cartoony like. Just adorable. It's really cute. So I'm gonna put the Christmas tree. I'm gonna go ahead and outline my window. I'm gonna put the Christmas tree on the top of this and let it hang off of it like they've decked it out for Christmas. So I'm gonna do that. Now I'm just outlining this just to make it, like I said, these are blinds, I know. So I don't know if they're gonna still look like blinds whenever I get done, but I think it's gonna look cute to outline it. And I can put a little bit of marks right there so it looks like glass, and just make it look like that. See there? Isn't that fun? So fun. Okay, so let's get the tree on here and let's see what happens. So I chose a tree. There are many trees in your Christmas stencils, you guys. So in this pack right here, there's this set here, and there's like 3 trees right here. So I'm not sure if I want to use one of that middle one. And it could go right over it, but I think it's kind of too big. So I'm going to try this tree out of here. I'm gonna try laying it on there and see if I can stencil that on there. Then I can make it so green and white. So I went through my stencils and I thought, I think I can get that one on there, and I think I can kind of go over the top of my camper just a bit and make it and fake it. So it looks like maybe there's a tree on the top of it. And I just don't know if it's gonna work, but we don't know till we try. So I wanted to try that one because I like the way that the stencil is, so then I could add some snow to it. You guys think that one might work? I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't, I'll just sand it or I'll hand paint it and just see what happens. So I've got the green paint and I'm gonna grab my brush and I'm gonna try stenciling in between this guy and see if I can figure out what's the truck and what's the tree, because it's a little bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie. So I see some of the tree there. So I'm gonna just throw some tape on there so that I know. And let me grab some other tape. So I think this one might look cute. We're gonna try it. I don't know, you guys. We're gonna go for it. I'm not scared. So I wanna tape off my little bit of my light is right here. So I would recommend doing some taping on this, just so you know what you're stenciling, because I'm trying to find the tree here and it's a little bit tricky. So I think I'm gonna go with that, and I'm gonna lay this down over the bottom, and it's gonna look like it's smashed on top of my camper. Hopefully that's what happens. Cross your fingers, you guys. We're gonna try it. So let's go here. I'm gonna add a little bit of tape right here, just so I don't have to try to hold it all together with my hands. I'm gonna add a little bit of tape that looks like maybe right here, right in here. Let's try that. And a little bit more here and there. I'm just trying to find the spots I think are the truck and the tree. So we shall see if this is right, because I think I could make it really kind of however I want to once I get it on there, to be honest. Okay, and I probably could look at the picture on my stencil package and tell you maybe even better. So we're gonna go for this, and then I can add white to it after it's dried, and I can just dress it up and make it look all snowy, and I think it'll look cute. So we'll see what happens. Because the white part on here, I will want to paint it white around my tree so that it looks white. I think it will make it look really cute. So sometimes it's just a matter of even practicing the stencil and seeing how it's going to stencil to know on another, piece of paper or practice piece. You can always practice them somewhere. I did not practice this one. I'm just doing it, and I'm going right over the top of my camper there. And we're gonna see what happens. I have no idea what time it is. I think it's gonna be cute too. So the part of my camper that, next time if I were to do this, or if you go to do this, you might not even stencil that top part of your camper. If you're gonna lay your tree over it, there's really no need. You're just gonna have to kind of paint over it. So I'm just gonna make sure I get that covered. And my stem of my tree, I'm gonna go ahead and make it green for now, and then I can paint that black, brown whenever I get done. So then I don't have to deal with trying to do a different color while I'm stenciling. Goodness. Okay, we're gonna cross our fingers that this looks cute. Oh, good, I'm not bad on time. Thank you, Mom. And I'm about to get this, so we'll see what happens. But I am gonna hit it with a hairdryer before we pull it off, because I might go right back over it real quick. Okay. So let me just go hit this real quick with another little layer just to kind of hide my camper. Okay, so we're gonna peel this off. We're gonna see how it looks. And then if I can go back and add the white, I'm going to. But let's see if it worked. Oh, see, it will work. It will. It's gonna look super cute. So in here is where I'm gonna put the white, and it's gonna look like snow. So I'm just gonna take a brush and some paint, you guys. Actually, I'm gonna grab a different brush real quick. Let me grab it. So these are some of my favorite brushes to use. They are very fine little brushes, and they are good. They've got good points on them, and they are good for painting in little spaces like this. So you can see here, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop some snow in here or make it look like it's snowed on. I'm gonna fill in those little voids. And we're gonna see if it looks good. I think it's cute. I got the brushes at Hobby Lobby. They are a Mod Podge set is what it's called. I'll show you just a second. They're the ones I usually look for. There's some very fine tipped ones. And since this is snow, I'm not gonna worry about it being even at all. I'm just gonna make it look like my tree has been heavily snowed on this camper, which is super cute. That tree actually worked really well. And there are many of you girls and ladies on here who are so artistic whenever it comes to projects. I have seen your stuff, and I know how much you guys are able to fill stuff in and decorate and add. I'm just gonna go ahead and add this in here. I don't think it's supposed to, but I'm gonna add it in there and fill that in a little bit. And I'm just gonna go around that green. This is so cute. Don't be afraid to get out your stencils and play around with your brushes after you get stuff done. This is actually quite fun to decorate. It's almost like a little gingerbread house. So this would be a really fun family project to pull out and let family decorate on a board, because it would be fun to see how they all turn out differently. So cute. And you guys, I'm not doing anything neat about this. You can see how fast I'm going and how cute it looks. So if it scares you to pull out a brush, don't be scared, because you can see whenever you step back away from it, it looks really cute. And I can go ahead and make some snow right here on the top of that, just to kind of make it look like it's smushed in to my camper. It's adorable. I'm glad I did this because it was actually fun. So let's look at that. Look at how cute it is. Do you guys like that? So then I still have room. Like, I can take this little guy and I could add Merry Christmas right up here in the corner at an angle. I could add some little string lights with paint. It turned out really cute. I pulled that tree. It did work out really well. I pulled it from this set right here out of the back of that truck. And I just laid it on that camper, you guys. But I'm gonna show you up close. Like, look how messy it looks up close. You guys can all do this. I can fill in that little wheel. It's adorable. So you could put, you know, you could use some of the camping words even, you know, and you could put camping Christmas, or you could get creative with the wording and use whatever wording you wanted to. Merry Christmas would be just fine. You could add it right up here in the top from your little tag. It's a good size for that too. So I'm gonna think about that. What a fun one, you guys. This one is so much fun. And like I said, this little wheel right here, I just used Sharpie and markers to decorate this, other than what I showed you with the polka dots. And it's not hard at all. The set of brushes I pulled from was this set right here. It's a Mod Podge 10 pack, and it's called Detail Brushes. And I did the ends of this, the bottom with polka dots. You could certainly dress up all the rest of it, but I think it's pretty stinking cute. So I could actually stripe like the bottom of this, or make it look striped like the siding panels or something if I wanted to. I do need some snow on the trailer hitch, like right here. You're right. Who said that? Was that Deb? There's some of you who I know are like painters. So we'll just pile up a little bit of snow right there, so it looks like there's snow on my trailer. There we go. And then I could add some snow here, like on the wheel wells. So try to think about where that snow is falling and where you want to put it. You could add a little bit of snow right over the top of this, just by pushing your brush in and making it look like there's some snow on it. And snowflakes would be so cute. Snowflakes would be adorable. It's those little details, you guys, that that can make it stand out and make it look so different. I'm just going to kind of pile that on there a little bit. Cute, cute, cute. So cute. I like that one. Thanks, you guys. That one turned out adorable. I'm going to flip this back up so I can see you and you can see my face. I like it whenever a project comes together and I haven't really planned it out. This one I knew what I was gonna do, but I'd like for you guys to see that part of it too, because sometimes I think that whenever you turn on our videos, I think, and I'm not speaking for any of the other ambassadors on here that you watch, but you know, a lot of times mine are pulled together right before I'm going live, and I like to show you that that you can just, you know, it takes time to create. It takes time. You don't always know what you're gonna do, especially if you have not done a stencil before. You gotta try it out. Like the first project that we did today, and I did that white with the glitter on the wood. I didn't really love it. I didn't really love it. So I knew that I had this to show you, so I just went right over it and covered it. So don't always think that it's gonna, you have to plan it all out, because how you plan it is probably more than likely not always how it's gonna go. And I have a cute little bow. Like I could put this cute little bow right here. I could hot glue that, or I could do a messy bow. I think I'll probably do a cute little messy bow, but I do have this cute bow that I could put on there and not even have any wording. I could just do the little camping block. So a bow would be so cute. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you're here every week. I'm glad you show up. I'm glad you share. I'm glad that we can inspire you, show you different ways to use those stencils and do projects and pieces and parts and mix and match and all of the things. I have the link up above for ordering. If you are interested in ordering, there is a special bundle that Essential Stencil has today. They have limited quantities, I know that. And you can use that link and you can use my code as well if you are wanting to order any of that today. It's a New Year's Eve bundle, so it's pretty awesome. Of course, all of them are, but so now you guys are saying yes the bow, no the bow. I think I'm gonna do a messy bow. So let me show you real quick how to make a messy bow. So easy. Let me see if I can show you. We'll do it real quick. Some of you have seen this done, I am sure. My friend Brooke Riley over on Refabbed does this cute bow. And it is always so cute. So you want to start with a little heavy one like this. And I did not make this. I learned it from Brooke Riley. So I'm giving her all the credit. I almost messaged her today and asked her if I could show it if she cared. I know she's not going to care because I'm telling you who did it. So she just takes her bows and she crisscrosses the pieces like this. Then she starts layering on all of the things so they don't have to mix and match. I've got all of these little pieces, scrap pieces. I'm going to go green. She just lays them out like this. For those of you wanting to know how to make a really quick bow, she lays them out like this, but the base is more of a wired one. That's what's gonna make it stand up a little bit. I've got this little tan plaid, I'll lay in there. I've got another one somewhere I can lay in there. And I've got some flannel I've cut up. I'll lay in there. You can put as many layers as you want, you guys. I'm just crisscrossing and crisscrossing. And then you take a piece of twine like this, okay? And you just take it, get enough around so you can get a good grip on it. You watching? Okay, and then you just tie it like this and watch what happens. As you tie, you're gonna pull it tight, right in the middle. I'm gonna kind of hold my wire parts down a little bit. And you've got this cute little messy bow. I'm gonna go to the back, and I'm gonna knot it so that it stays. And then I can leave as much on if I'm tying it onto something. I've got enough on there that I can tie it on. Now I've got this cute little messy bow. And I can trim it however I want to trim it. And then I could take and I could make it right there. If I wanted to stick it right there, it's still a little bit big for this project. So I'd need to make a little one. Or I could put a little hanger and put it up here in the middle. That might be cute too. But that is a simple, easy way to make a messy bow. So play around with some of your different fabrics and see what happens. You can always play with them after you get them done, but it is just a simple, what she calls a messy bow, and they're so adorable. So that's an easy way I thought I would show you guys. I had that scrap laying there and I'm like, oh, I know some of you are always looking for a way to make a really quick, easy bow. So obviously if you wanted a smaller bow, you would cut smaller strips and crisscross them just like I did. So, so easy, so easy. Okay, so I know there were winners chosen while I was talking. It looks like Sherry Coat Peters is a winner. Diane Whalen and Dawn Warner. You're going to email support@essentialstencil.com. Let them know you are a winner on today's live, and they will gather some information from you. If you are watching the replay, if you did not win, if you're watching in the next 24 hours, you want to comment replay in the comments, and you might have a chance to be the fourth winner from Essential Stencil and win some free stencils. So, that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for being here. If you want to see my video for this project, you can go follow Miller's Rustic Sawmill. You're going to see that video over there. This is on the back side of my cute little Merry Christmas from Heaven. And I hope I inspired you to make some heavenly sent gifts today for loved ones for Christmas. I hope you go grab those angel wing stencils. And don't forget to use my code. It's MRS20 6019 at checkout. I have the link in the comments above or in my header, and you can follow that link and you can enter my code at checkout and you can save on any of your orders. If you don't have brushes, you're gonna wanna grab you some brushes. The brushes are amazing. They make a big difference in your stencil projects and in the quality of your stenciling. So if you are struggling with stenciling and you don't have the essential stencil brushes, go grab you some extra sets. They are so nice to have some extra sets. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Mary, you're gonna wanna watch the replay, absolutely. And don't forget to comment replay whenever you are on. You have a chance to be the 4th winner. Christy, thank you so much. Thanks for being here, you guys. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And I hope you have a blessed week. Join me next Tuesday. I'll be here at 8 o'clock next Tuesday night. So we'll do another fun project. And there's my mom. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Mom. Love you. Hope you guys got your lights all done, maybe. Hopefully my mom and dad are resting today. They've been putting out Christmas lights. So they try to win the contest every year in town with their lighting outside. So they've been working on that for a while. And it's gonna look beautiful. So congratulations, winners. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for being on. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.